There was a time when she never had to question his love. He showed it in the smallest ways. The way he checked if she'd eaten, the way he stayed up late just to make sure she got home safe, the way he'd fight with the world if it meant protecting her peace. He wasn't perfect, but he was present. He cared with a quiet strength that made her feel untouchable, safe, understood. But comfort can make people forget the value of effort. And slowly, without realizing it, she began to treat his effort as routine, as if it would always be there like sunlight through her window every morning. At first, she loved how much he fought for her, how he wouldn't give up after an argument, how he'd chase her when she pulled away, how his apologies always arrived before hers. It made her feel wanted, needed, irreplaceable. But over time, something in her changed. Maybe it was pride, maybe it was ego, maybe it was just the illusion of security. She began to think his love was guaranteed. So when he reached out, she pulled back. When he tried to talk, she gave silence. When he wanted peace, she gave fire. And yet, he stayed. Every time she pushed him away, he came back. Every time she tested his patience, he forgave her. Every time she broke something, he tried to fix it. Until one day, he didn't. It didn't happen loudly. No fight, no goodbye, no grand moment of closure. It started with something small, a message he didn't send, a call he didn't make. The man who once couldn't go a day without checking on her suddenly learned how to stop trying. At first, she didn't even notice. She told herself he was just busy, that he'd come back like he always did. But days turned into weeks, and that familiar voice, the one that once softened her storms, was gone. And that's when it hit her. Not all heartbreaks happen when someone leaves. Some begin when the person who used to fight for you quietly gives up. Because when love loses its fight, what remains is silence. And silence, she learned, is louder than any argument. She remembers how he once made her feel like she was the only woman in the world. Every message was answered within seconds. Every argument ended with him pulling her close, refusing to let her go to bed angry. Back then, she didn't have to question his love. It was loud, unapologetic, and fearless. But now, silence speaks louder than his words. He doesn't argue anymore. He doesn't fight for her anymore. And that hurts more than any fight ever did, because when a man stops fighting, it's not peace, it's distance. It's him letting go quietly, piece by piece, until one day she'll wake up and realize he's gone, even if he's right beside her. She thinks back to those nights when they used to stay up talking about everything, dreams, fears, childhood memories. Now it's just small talk. Did you eat? How was your day? Everything feels mechanical, and she wonders, when did love start feeling like a routine instead of a heartbeat? There's a moment every woman can feel, that invisible shift, when the warmth fades, when the hugs last shorter, when his eyes stop searching for her across the room, and she starts questioning if it's her fault. Did she change? Did he? Or did life just wear them down? The late nights, the bills, the unspoken resentments that piled up quietly between them. She used to be his peace, his reason to try harder. Now she feels like an obligation, a checklist item he crosses off before bed. And what hurts most is not that he stopped loving her, it's that he stopped showing it. Because women don't fall out of love easily. They remember the way you made them feel, even when you forget how to make them feel that way. And she misses that man, the one who held her hand even in public, who looked at her like she was home, who fought to keep her, not just to prove he was right. But now she's learning something painful yet powerful, that sometimes missing someone who changed is a form of grief. It's mourning the version of him that doesn't exist anymore. And maybe she's mourning the version of herself who believed love was enough to keep it all together, because deep down, she still hopes that maybe one day he'll look at her again, not as someone he has, but as someone he chooses all over again. She starts noticing the little things that once went unnoticed. The way he used to leave her favorite coffee on the counter in the morning, just the way she liked it. The way he remembered the names of her friends and family, even when she forgot to introduce him properly. The way he held her hand in public, proud and protective, without needing anyone to see. All of those gestures now feel like distant echoes, She scrolls through old photos and texts, searching for proof that it was real. And it was real. Every smile, every hug, every quiet reassurance. But now, those memories feel like shards of something precious she didn't protect. She thinks about the arguments, the ones she started for no reason, the ones she escalated to feel in control. He never responded with anger. He responded with patience. He responded with understanding. And now that patience is gone, replaced by absence. She realizes, painfully, that love isn't only about feelings. It's about effort. It's about showing up day after day, even when it's inconvenient. It's about fighting for someone when they push you away, not just when it's easy. And he did that. He fought for her in ways she will never forget. But fighting isn't infinite. Even the strongest hearts reach a breaking point. And so she begins to understand he didn't leave because he stopped caring. He left because he gave all he could, and what he gave wasn't cherished enough to keep him there. There's a sting in admitting it. The sting of realizing that she took the most consistent love for granted. The sting of recognizing that she tested his patience one too many times. The sting of seeing that the man who once moved mountains for her now moves forward without her. And yet, even in grief, she can't help but remember him fondly. She misses the way he used to fight. Not the fights themselves, but the way he fought for them, for their bond, for their love. The courage it took to keep trying when she doubted him. The humility it took to apologize first, the strength it took to love without giving up. And this is when regret begins to settle, slowly, silently, like a weight on her chest. Not the loud, dramatic regret of a single moment, but the quiet, gnawing regret of years of moments ignored, of chances missed, of love unappreciated. She begins to ask herself questions she never asked before. Did I push him too far? Did I fail to see what he was giving me? Did I let my pride become stronger than my love? Because that's the cruelest truth. Sometimes you don't lose a person. You lose the way you once saw them. You lose the version of them that stayed, that fought, that believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. Days begin to blur into nights. She wakes up with an ache she can't name, a hollow feeling that follows her through every conversation, every laugh, every step. The world goes on around her. People are happy, couples hold hands, life moves forward. But she feels trapped in the memory of what she lost. She catches herself comparing every man she meets to him, not consciously but instinctively. No one has his patience, no one has his quiet devotion, no one fights with the same steady heart, the same unwavering persistence. And the more she compares, the more she feels the emptiness he left behind. She remembers the small acts that made him irreplaceable, the way he listened without judgment, even when she complained endlessly, the way he noticed the tiny details she thought were meaningless, the way he stayed, even when she tried pushing him away. Those things now feel like treasures she never valued, moments she never recognized as extraordinary. The guilt creeps in slowly, subtly, until it saturates her every thought. She scrolls through old conversations late at night, reading messages he sent years ago, the ones she once ignored or answered with indifference. She can almost hear his voice, feel the warmth in his words, the care he poured into them, the love that was steady, unwavering, endless. And the realization hits, she didn't just lose a man, she lost the safety, the stability, the quiet reassurance of a love that never wavered. She remembers the fights she started, the moments of testing him, the silent treatment she used to feel powerful giving. At the time, it felt like control. Now it feels like betrayal. She betrayed the love that fought to keep them whole, the hands that never left her side. Every memory now comes with a twist of regret. Every smile they shared feels bittersweet. Every small gesture she once dismissed now feels monumental, irreplaceable. And yet, even in the shadow of regret, she notices a strange longing, a desire to reach out, to say something, anything that might bridge the distance. But pride, shame, and fear of rejection hold her back. She types messages she never sends, words that will remain unsaid, confessions trapped in her mind. The moments of hesitation stretch longer and longer, each pause heavier than the last. It's here, in these quiet hours, she begins to understand the truth. Love isn't just about feelings, it's about recognition. It's about choosing someone every day, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's tiring, even when mistakes are made. And he chose her every day until he couldn't anymore. And now she's left to grapple with the silence, to live with the consequences of not recognizing the love that was always there. Time moves on, but the ache lingers. She laughs with friends, posts happy pictures on social media, goes through the motions of life. To the world she seems fine, strong, composed, thriving, but inside she carries a quiet, gnawing emptiness, a ghost of the man who used to fight for her. She thinks of how he never needed to prove his love with grand gestures. It was in the small, consistent things, the way he held her hand, the way he remembered the tiniest details, the way he stayed even when she tried to push him away. Now, every couple she sees, every smile she witnesses reminds her of him, not because she wants him back, but because she realizes how rare what she had truly was. And the hardest part is knowing that he is no longer fighting. He has moved forward, lighter, stronger, at peace with himself. The man who once weathered storms for her, who defended her, cherished her, loved her without hesitation, he no longer carries the weight of proving his worth. He doesn't beg for attention. He doesn't chase. He simply is. She wonders quietly if he's happy, and the thought cuts deeper than any anger, deeper than any sadness, because it's a truth she can't change. He was good. He was rare. And she let him slip away. Now she understands that love isn't about holding on by force. It's about recognition. It's about choosing someone every day, not because you have to, but because you want to. And when that choice isn't met with appreciation, even the strongest hearts eventually let go. She scrolls through old messages one last time, closes the phone, and sits in silence. She doesn't need answers anymore, just understanding. And in that stillness, the deepest ache surfaces. Not regret of lost love, but grief for the version of herself that failed to see what was right in front of her. So she asks herself a question every woman must face at some point. Did I truly recognize the love I had before it was gone? And the answer is not always comforting. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it teaches you that love is never guaranteed and that the people who fight hardest for you are treasures that should never be taken for granted. If you've ever felt the weight of missing someone who fought for you, take a moment to reflect. Are you seeing the love in your life before it slips away? If this story touched you, share your thoughts in the comments, like the video if it resonated, and subscribe to The Unmoved Mind for more stories that speak to the heart. Remember, love is rare, and understanding its value can change everything.